like we talked about Wallace, he can find, he has eyes in the back of his head. He can score, but boy, can he dish the rock as Cote working from behind. They're going to start running out of time here. There's a pass that goes down. Basically scrapes it to himself, does Michael Scheidler. The senior captain, there's a shot and it's saved by Cote.
No, I think
that was just wide, right?
I think he put it right over the top of the cage. He almost had it perfect, and he just couldn't put it on cage. Very good look.
58.2. Boy, GP, they did not set up for a look there. They went right after him. And here comes the 49 seconds. Snohomish, plenty of time here to get a good shot off, maybe get one through. GP, Jacob Anderson, 99, been steady. Here's a good look inside. Now he gets the ball dropped on a check. Meldrum up with it. And Glacier Peak, the Grizzlies, has possession 23, but now the ball's down one more time and there's a whistle. Gonna be GP ball. Meldrum has to turn, tough pass. It'll go right back to the Panthers.
So the middle of the field so far, Scott's been real sloppy. I mean, just
very
bad passes behind the player.
Owen, nice slide there, double. Here's a step down, shot, save, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We will take a quick break right now. We'll head to the second. You're watching high school lacrosse, boys lacrosse on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover
Back here, second quarter, high school boys lacrosse, the crosstown rivalry, the Stephen Bush Memorial. Scott Oshman, Steve Sawyer with you. And GP coming, they must have played some film of the game earlier. They came out here kind of saucy and put 4 right on the board in the first quarter, 4-0 GP.
I mean, you can tell that GP seriously practiced this week to prepare for this game because they have been doing everything right.
The scouting report you're saying is playing, and they're coming off a loss, is Glacier Peak.
Yeah, this is definitely not the GP that Snohomish was expecting to see. I can tell you that right now.
Seth Martin with the face-off. Good sign here for Snohomish to get something cooking here. They haven't had a lot of great opportunities so far. Cote rolling. And Martin just loses out of his stick, thought he had it.
I mean, at this point, Scott, Snohomish just needs to get that first goal in to get all these game jitters out.
Wallace getting heavy traffic, and so much gets into the stick of goalie Jacobson. He clears out, and there's a trail check, and it works. Beautifully played there by Tanner Dorsey, 8 and white. And there's Justice, 44, and he has been hot so far coming into tonight. He's our player of the game for that game against Meadowdale. Owen Wallace with the ball too. Crease roll, shot, and just not there. Justice there to pick it up, 44.
So one of the things you'll notice too, Scott, is every single defender on Glacier Peak has either got a body or a stick on their hands and is playing the Snohomish players super.
Silas, 23, tries to get a low burner. Here comes Cote around him, but he's checked. Ball still down, now it comes out. Cote swings and misses. Wide, and it's gonna go, no one was there, so it's gonna go to GP.
Yeah, good backup by the goalie that time. No one had X, so the goalie was able to get possession for Glacier Peak.
Trevor Meldrum with the ball. He's got 2 so far of the 4 goals. He works his way down, swimming. Gets it out. Now Max Foley, 9 in the ball game for GP. Out to Kalen Briggs, the senior. Looking to play some lacrosse at the next level. Meldrum, now they're patient, Steve. They're not rushing at all.
No, they have time to be patient, and they're running their game. They're stretching Snohomish way out, so it's going to be much more difficult for them to slide. And they're running off the top wings.
Meldrum, the draw and the dish, tries to get it to Briggs. Briggs gets held up there, and it'll go out of bounds.
That time they shot it right into the Snohomish player. He didn't have a clear path to the goal.
And there's Ryder Wilkinson there, the 44, number 44. He's got a game with 7 goals. He had that double overtime we did with 6. The freshman has been on fire. As you see, Daxton Jensen trying to do some juking and jiving. Briggs straight on, gets it to Ryder, in and out of his stick. Ball down, Panthers up with it for the moment. And Silas trying to weave his way, but he's getting all kinds of defensive traffic there. He makes it. Good job by him, surviving. They get it low now. This is Tanner Dorsey, 8. Coming around the right side. Silas. And that one's kicked out, but with the stick there by Jacobson. Or Jacob Anderson, excuse me. I think I keep calling him Jacobson. Zeke Neubauer, 23. I think I have that incorrect. No, I don't have that. Got him twice at 23. Who did these rosters? No.
Oh, I don't think I fixed that from last time.
Probably not. Everyone listening, anybody listening going, God, they screwed that up last time. Cote switches right, left, and he's stopped right there in the net of Jacob Anderson, 99. He saw that coming. It looked like that was a script he already read.
Or they just threw it right into his stick.
Well, it was a good move by Cote. He had to pin him on his right hip. He switches to the left. Gets it now to 30, Jackson Cuneo. Got hit hard in that Cascade Jackson game, was down, thank goodness, not hurt, just wind knocked out him, came back and hit, got him to go up by 1 back and tied it up. Sent it overtime. Meldrum over the right-hand side. 7:12 left in the second quarter here, this crosstown rivalry. Jensen tries to get the inside. Good play there defensively by Caden Wynn. 11 in white. There's a shot and a score by Kalen Briggs. Oh my, 5-0 GP.
Shot and goal by number 7, Kalen Briggs. at 6:56 in the second period.
So Kalen Briggs comes up with it as he's kind of does it all. We saw him last year in this contest go off from Broadway. I called him Broadway Briggs because he was just right down. He liked it center hash, like center aisle up there, right in the top.
Or he likes to be way out on the top and
yes.
just blast it.
Yes. And Snohomish gets the face-off. They have tried to find pay dirt here a couple times.
They definitely got to get something started, Scott. They just do not have an answer for Glacier Peak pushing out on them on defense. I mean, Glacier Peak is playing right up on them, getting very physical, getting a stick on their hands every single time.
And he tries to get something going there for Snohomish.
It just seems like every single one of Glacier Peak's checks are landing.
Yeah, Olmsted. But great fight there by Cote, Ryan Cote. And deep ball up for grabs. And 15 comes up with a Danny Pike, and we should call his name probably more than once here. 5:50 left to go in this first half. And you're right, the midfield has just been sloppy since we started, and there's another errant pass.
I mean, there's 5 Snohomish players down there, and they throw it to the one Glacier Peak player.
Being in the right place at the right time. Ryder comes over, gets it to Meldrum. Back over. Gage Russin out there. Just a freshman as they get it in. Ooh, it's
right off
the
the
devil.
pipe. Right off the pipe.
Russin had one there.
He had the top corner, and he just missed it and hit the corner pipe.
Russin with 4 goals coming into this one as they swing it back around. And boy, the luxury to have a 5-0 lead here going in to under 5 here in the first half. Steve Sawyer, as Ryder hasn't gotten busy yet. Now he throws in his and he gets another. Ryder Wilkinson, the freshman.
So this time it looks like Ryder finds the 5-hole. I like how he's changing levels. Starts high, goes for the bounce shot, and it looks like he got it right past his footer into the 5-hole.
If you're Snohomish, 6-0 now for everybody at home. This 6 goals is not really that huge this early in a ball game. It's absolutely they can come back.
Well, but you look at the way that Glacier Peak's been controlling the ball, and Snohomish has to push out on them. Snohomish, when they're playing defense on Glacier Peak, needs to push out, needs to get the ball back, and they need to start running their plays on offense.
They need some energy.
They need some aggression.
And Foley, number 9, and again, they can't hold the ball as far as just the face-off right now for Snohomish. That's one of their issues that they'll have to address at halftime, but it's a game of runs. And I would expect for Snohomish that Justice Cagle will get in the story here. Another shot, great passing. This time it's their scoring leader, Daxton Jensen.
And that was a beautiful pass from the freshman, Max Foley.
And Snohomish, they're just heads on a swivel, Steve Sawyer. They don't know what's going on, what's coming where, and when it is.
Glacier Peak's moving the ball too well. They're getting Snohomish off their game, and they're getting them moving, and they're making them lose their assignments.
Second goal tonight for the sophomore Daxton Jensen, their leading scorer so far this season. And it's 7-0 with 4:04 left to go in the first half. Seems unthinkable that Snohomish beat this same Glacier Peak team earlier 9-2. if you were just watching this game.
Yeah, the Glacier Peak tried to just scooch it forward on that one, and he threw it out of bounds, unfortunately.
So now it's about just the mental side of it.
Yeah, they need to get that first ball in because mentally they're starting to lose the game, and they need to get that first score and get that monkey off their back.
Ball down, good defense, aggressive there, Scheidler. And he is all over number 20, Colston Jones, and he just pushes him, and there's a flag, slow flag out. And they know each other, so they tap each other. Sorry, dude. Sorry, man.
Got you, bro.
I'll be over here for 2 minutes or a minute. I don't know. We'll see.
We're still going to dinner after the game, right?
30 seconds.
30 second. So map opportunity here, Snohomish.
So let's see. I mean, now they're getting their chance. They get man up opportunity. They can now work their man up and see if they can get one in the goal. They need to break that barrier.
Some discussion here. 3:21 left of the second quarter. You know, spinning around up top. They have been trying to get inverted. They've been trying to go to goal by behind. Let's see if they adjust here and try to go from above. Now some good movement. There's a step down bounce. It's in. And number 23, Zeke Neubauer, breaks the seal. The freshman finally breaks through and gets Snohomish's first goal.
Here we go, Scott. Let's see what's going to happen now. They got their first goal. They got the monkey off their back. Now it's time for them to settle in and play their game and go on one of those runs.
17 goals now for Zeke, the freshman midfielder. 4 assists as well. And that was a long-range bouncer. That had that took a big, nice hop off this turf as the rain continues to come down, about 45 or so degrees here in Snohomish. Coming to you live from the campus of Snohomish High School. Meldrum comes up with another face-off.
Yeah, and I think the bouncers, I mean, are at least change of levels what you're going to have to do on Jacob Anderson. He's a big goalie. He fills a lot of the cage, and he's going to own the high shots, and so you need to change levels.
Or move him.
Or move him.
Get him to move. Harder to do than to say, but that's where they get that movement, that cross-crease passes and those movements. You can get that goalie off his post right there, right? I mean, you're an ex-goalie.
Yeah, you need to get the goalie off their axis.
The bigger they are, the more you got to make a move. Like I said, much harder to do. As 2:13 now in the second half as they're tossing it way outside. Briggs has one tonight, does Kalen the senior. And Meldrum started the party off for GP with 2 quickly in the first. As they're working now the far side of the field. Now they'll go back behind. 2 minutes of the half, and Snohomish feeling a little bit better, down 7-1. At least they got one.
But, Scott, this is where I'd like to see Snohomish press out on Glacier Peak's players and trying to force them.
And everybody waiting for a call there as the ball's down along with the bodies. Meldrum comes out of it. No whistle, no nothing. I don't see a flag. There's a pass that's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Snohomish ball with 1:31 left.
See, there was a perfect example of they pressed out on the player, made him make a bad pass. And if they make the pass, then you do the slides, and you got to operate your slides. But you got to press them and try to make them make bad passes.
Some substitution now and some making sure people are covered. And here come Snohomish. They'll use goalie Ian Cote, and this one just goes off the ball, off the stick. And that just looks like visibility, rain. I'm not sure what that's causing that.
I think his stick malfunctioned.
Well, these kids have been playing together a long time. Caden Wynn, yeah, that was a stick malfunction, something. I mean, the longer passes are harder to see, right? I mean,
they're very hard to see in this kind of weather, but that's still no excuse. These guys are very talented. They know what they're doing. They've played in the rain many times. We
Yes.
play in the Northwest.
Yeah, that's true. There's a push, and GP fans want to call. They're not going to get it. I think the refs are freezing. They're so cold they might not want to throw a flag. Let's keep this one rolling. 40 seconds left in the second. And happy to have my heaters here down below. I can tell you that. Thank you, Todd Elvig. Steve Sawyer, by the way. Jackson Cuneo up top has 1 goal tonight. The senior, long-range step down. Not there, but Jackson feeling it.
I mean, he had some heat on that one because I saw water flying off the stick.
Yeah. Foley brings it in. Now Russin back up top. Here's Ryder. Ryder got 1. Now loses a good check there by Snohomish. Ball down. Here's where it comes 50-50. They got to get to it. 3 GP jerseys and only 2 Snohomish. Ryder brings it up. A slow burner at the buzzer. Not there for Daxton Jensen. Exciting end there to the first half, but it has been all Glacier Peak Grizzlies so far. 7-1. We will step aside for halftime. Come on back because you never know the second half.